Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends. Wooden Railway Tales. Episode 1. Runaway Sidney. These in the yards were very bad. Everything was not good. The turntable was turning at least twice a day, and animals kept going over it. "I'm tired of this," said Sidney. "We should have gotten a vacation." "Do you know there's no vacations on Sodor? We cannot go to California because we're engines. We have to stay here," said Ryan. Samson agreed. "Well, then I'll just have to do the work myself." Sidney went away while they decided to go and take a snooze. They heard Sidney oil away. "Sidney, where are you going? Come back," they said. Sidney was getting tired of their performance, so he ran away, whether they liked it or not liked it. Sidney ran as fast as he could over to the new bridge. There were 2 new buffers to stop him from crashing, but I'm afraid as he was running away very fast. "Not even a chance," said Sidney. There's a bump over the tracks. Just then, Sidney couldn't stop himself, and he crashed straight off the tracks. "Ow," said Sidney. "You lazy engine, if you were to stay there today, you would not have crashed." A few minutes later, the 2 engines heard about Sidney's crash. "But he's so heavy," said Ryan. "It will both have to do it together because we're strong." The locomotive stormed away to help Sidney. "Hello? Do you like how much my layer is now?"
That looks awesome. We're going to Santa's Village.
Right now?
Nope, Emma's going to take a shower and then we're going to go. Okay? Have fun.
When the engines had saw Sidney's accident and how much badly damaged the buffer was, they had pushed over it, but it actually was "The bridge is shaky," said Samson. "If one of us ever goes down with that bridge, we're sure to be scrap." So they rushed away as quick as they could, as the bridge had nearly fell down. The bridge was actually starting to shake a little bit when they went over. Soon they were crossing the wood track. "That same bump, will it ever go away?" said Ryan. Soon they had gotten to Sidney. "Like it's your turn to get worked up today, Sidney," said Ryan. "I'm sorry for running away," said Sidney. "I should have known better not to run away." "That's okay," said Ryan. "But the bridge is shaky," said Ryan. "So be on the lookout," said Ryan. The 3 friends went away. Wombeck was then doing some passenger runs. When Wombeck stopped, he heard them going on. When the man started to talk, he went away. "Oh dear," said Womback. The bridge is shaking. That's the bad news. The good news is that we could actually get under it. They did, right before the others. They would actually be heading into the same direction as him, but they would mean a crash. Womback would want to avoid it, so he had to wait for some people to come back on the halfway point. They were giving it enough juice. It was actually slow to start. Suddenly it was locked. Back on the main line, Ryan and Samson were actually just starting to get Sidney back home. Oh, hi Cole. They had gotten home, they noticed that some mice were living in the turntable and they had just had to go out. Sidney was being put in repairs. They had to wait for Womback to come. The passengers had actually stopped there to get a glimpse. The signal was actually red. Womback passed over and whistled to them. Thomas was sad. He had no jobs as he had just come back from America. I'll have to be in America a lot now, he said. But thank God Womback is going to do my jobs when I'm gone, he said. It was all good for Thomas the Tank Engine. Back at the works after Womback had passed, in the little sidings, which were also referred to the works, as I had said before. The engines were just starting to go to sleep. They were up late to what? Womback was at an old siding tunnel. When the lights went out, the engines were mostly quiet. Wait for next day. The next day, they were still working on Sidney, and Womback still had to wait for the signal to pass. Sidney had been repaired. I don't want Womback to wait till night again, said Sidney. So he had to back up onto Womback. It took until dark to do it. It was dark out on the railway. All the trains in the locomotive yard were not fast asleep. Everyone was fast asleep, said Sidney. He was actually really slow asleep. The lights just the dim. He was actually fast. And it was also morning. "1 a.m. in the morning," said Sidney, "and I'm still out working." The passengers would be late. The nighttime run went in. Thomas was actually sleeping when he heard the whistle. The lights came back on soon after. It was morning. The engine hadn't gone very far yet. They had accidentally stopped. For no reason, they needed to get some cool. They had to wait for it to work until night. Everything It's actually absolutely silent. Sidney sneezed. It's like 9 o'clock in the night. And we're still working heavily. Suddenly, Rick was actually fired up to your left. We're making good progress, said Wombat's driver. They had to wait out a signal. Sure, right for night. Until morning, the lights had nearly dimmed up. It was nearly morning and the engine had just started up. The hamster has stopped again. Sidney said, "Oh dear," said Wombat. Actually, I'm never going to get there now. Suddenly it was morning again. The engines were actually busy away. And Thomas was just starting up his train. Thomas got to the station and had to wait under the bridge all day. Then it was night again. Come on, said Thomas. I don't have time. Again, Thomas once. Alright, said Thomas, what fun it is in the night. It wasn't fun for the engines. For Wombat, he was looking forward to a nap at home. So then they waited till next day to come again. And Thomas had also been stopped at a signal, but he went in, he said, and wondered where they were. Maybe they're counting sheep, said Thomas. He was actually wrong. Engines were coming back. Say that an accident was a trouble or brewing. At the same time, the accident was surely the never-forgetted accident. I was stuck at a signal till 12 a.m. in the night. He had run. Sidney's train was actually coming along the track. When it was morning, Sidney was saying to go fast, and Wombat was not even operational. Thomas was actually just going to stop to get some coal. When he got his coal, he ran. Trouble lays ahead. He stopped at another signal. Both engines were stuck till nighttime. Right as Samson's driver had brought over a keg so they could have light beer and tea. Disaster lays ahead by this very bad footage. When it was starting to become light, so door. Cinders and ashes, said Thomas. Oh no, said Sidney. The engine was told to let go of the coach. The coach was stopped. Everyone stayed on the rails. The drivers and the three drivers and the two firemen jumped clear. The collision happened. Thomas's coach was uncoupled as well. All the engines were battered upside down, and so was the car. Nothing could have happened. The only two engines non-operational were told to come to the rescue. Ryan was to take away the hurt tank engines. Samson was to take some of them in. When Ryan had arrived, it was late night. He had been stuck in another faulty signal. My first nighttime job. That's awesome. Now get us out of this mess. It took until about morning to get Thomas's coach pushed in by Samson, pulled by Samson. Took until about morning to get Samson pushed out and ready to go ahead and save the others and zipped away. It was morning and half the wreck was actually still there. Then none of the cars would actually been that were the engines pulling all the time be taken away. Instead, the engines would be that control was not happy. So everyone had to sleep different places. Wombeck had his own nightmare that night. He was seen in a dark, uncomfortable scrapyard. No one to be seen. Everything was scrapped. Then the lights flared on. And Ryan was actually standing there, right in front of him. Ryan had a ghostly look. Up and down, up and down, up and down. So he had taken one back on. He had coupled up. Then he was cutted up. Goodbye, he said. He then a coach train. Thomas's coach was now a train. And it had to push slowly but surely. Wombeck could hear himself getting cutted up. He had awoken. And finds himself moving again. Okay. That was not so scary after all. He had to wait to get the turntable operated into the morning. I heard someone had the nightmare. Any more crashes, I'll have to put steam engines. I'll have to put one back into a generator. Everything else was taken back. They were told to actually sit and stay there for a day. And they all were in the same nightmare. They closed their eyes, and they were in a nightmare. It's a dark, spooky night on Sodor. All of them were asleep. And they heard a crumble. They were the last steam engines in the world. All of a sudden, the lights came on. They were in scrapyard. Everyone except for Sidney was out in the open. Sidney was at the turntable. Move aside, he said evilly. He then pushed engines off the tracks that they had rotted. Your turn, he said. The turntable turned. And it then glazed hot. The coach had ran off the tracks and died. Robert did the same thing. And Thomas did too. Sidney had decided to do everything they had done. Robert. This railway, said Sidney, is mine now. It wasn't until everyone had woken up, all back home, startled, dazed, and amused. In the afternoon, wake up, said the drivers. It's 3 p.m. You lazy bones were up all night. You lazy bones have been sleeping since last night. Honestly, they were all sad. Then they sat